Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome, and for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Here on my channel I do planner and planner related videos, DIY tutorials, art and journal videos, and the occasional new release video of items that I've listed to my Etsy shop. And if that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel, and if you hit that little notification bell, you'll always be notified of when I load a new video. Commenting, liking, and sharing does help my channel grow and would be truly appreciated. All right, it has been a minute since we have been in my journal, but I did want to do some journaling with you guys tonight, or more so, I did want to do a flip through of my journal and then talk about some things. So it is a little after 10 p.m. Tuesday the 31st. Tomorrow is April 1st. I do have a blog post regarding some journal ideas for 2020, and so for 2020, and I want to say I made this back in February or January. I think late January, right before February started. And so the theme for the journaling ideas, if you're interested, is April showers. And that's where you can write about the rain, water, tears, crying, sadness. As I've mentioned with these prompts for the journaling, I don't like specific prompts, but if for any reason throughout the month I get stuck on something to write or something to say, then I can always come back to the theme of the month and think about something to write about that, whether I like the rain or water, what water or rain means to me, a time I've cried, what the tears mean. I mean, it gives you something to focus on without being too narrow. So if you are interested, April showers is the theme. This is where I started as of February. In January, I actually wanted to challenge myself as to journaling every day. So I had already had this little MIDI book, and it's on a 5-ring system. I believe I have a video up on this, and I'll link that below. And every day I would just write on a page, and this was sort of inspired by the Hobonichi Teisho, which is a day on a page planner system. This was way easier to put together, definitely a lot cheaper, and I really enjoyed it. And initially my challenge was just for the month of January, because I had done some journaling before, but I didn't actually get through an entire month. So I wanted to do that, and I was able to get through all 31 days of January in this little journal. But as I got towards the end of this, I realized that this would get really thick and chunky by the time the whole 12 months was over if I wanted to continue this for the year. And so I decided to put it in a classic Happy Notes, just because I don't have a lot of space, and I couldn't have multiple of these, although I just have enough room for these things right here. So this was all in January. Now, once I started in here, initially it looked similar to that. I was thinking, okay, maybe 2 entries, 2 days a page, and then so some days, like here, this is a day in the black, but the blue is actually 1 day instead of 2. And I liked writing so that the rings are at the top. I think that's the most optimal for me, because it just gets them out of the way altogether. And because I work off of a dot grid paper, I am not bound by any kind of direction. And so here you can see I did sort of that and sort of that. And then I also didn't tie myself to having to write for a specific amount of time. Now, I like to write for at least 10 minutes, but there are days when I'm not feeling it, or I have literally nothing to write or nothing to feel or nothing to say. So this is all of January. No, this is all of February, because January is in there. And then we hit March here. So starting in this month, this is what I did. And again, every night I just come in here and write a little bit or a lot. I really enjoy integrating washi into my spreads, strangely enough, as much as I lament over washi. And then March is actually when I started adding some lettering to it. So I don't know if it's on every page, but I do like to just take up some of the space with some lettering. It also helps me practice my lettering, and I think it just looks cute. I did do a lettering series last year. It's from a beginner for beginners. I still consider myself a beginner, but if you're interested, I'll link that playlist below. I mean, if you're staying at home anyway, you can learn some lettering. And this is all of March. And again, I love looking at this. Now, I actually have not read through this again. I love when I flip the page, it's all different colors, there's all different washes, it's all different directions, and I don't know, it looks so artistic with very little effort, because you just use some different colored pens, different colored fonts, different directions, and a little bit of washi, and it looks both pretty as well as it is a functioning journal. Now, the end of March actually ends up here, so what we're going to do today is we're going to do some lettering, and I saw something on my friends Andy's and Christie's and Tamika, their Instagram pages. They also have YouTube channels here, so I'll link all of that, both their Instagram and their YouTube. But they are going to participate in the April Doodle Challenge that paper.t.party on Instagram is hosting, and the hashtag is Doodle with Andrea. And I'll insert a picture right here. And it seems like a really fun challenge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the lettering for April, and I picked up from my stash mild liner brush pens in this sort of yellow and purple way. And then I've got this as well, although I may not need it. And we'll start with purple, and I don't know, we'll see what we're gonna do. I actually didn't plan this out. I just kind of go with it. So maybe we'll do every other letter. I may regret that. And then finishing up with the purple. Let's just do 20, 20. And we'll add our zeros in this. Now, you guys are probably having difficulty seeing the yellow, but that's why I have an actual pen out. But I don't think I'll use that one. I'm kind of liking this one here. April is the month of Easter, and I kind of think these look Eastery, although I like this one too. Maybe we'll do multiple colors. And I just want to outline it to bring a little bit more definition into it. And we're just setting up for April so that as of tomorrow, I can just come right in here, probably at the end of the day or sometime definitely in the evening, and just do my journaling as well as my doodling, because I will be setting that up with you guys as well. But I'll talk about that in a second. So we're going to do some outlining. We don't have to be very careful. We don't have to be very neat. I want the color in the middle to pop. And I think if you outline, then it does that. And if you wanted to pop even more, you could actually outline in black, but I wanted to go with some fun colors. And then I think I'll go once around again with the blue and really just kind of lean into the Easter colors. So I think that looks good. And we'll just do a layer like that. And we'll treat this more like a bubble letter. And this is a Papermate Flare Ultra Fine. If I can find it on Amazon, I'll link it below. Although, to be perfectly honest, guys, just use what you have. I know the Amazon folks are really just focusing on getting essentials as their priority to people, and I mean that's fine. Use whatever pen you have, whatever color you have, whatever products you have, and I promise you it'll still look super cute. Okay, and let's see if we can find another ultra thin. We'll bring in some pink and we'll do another layer. And I don't know that it speaks specifically to Easter, but it definitely is colorful. And I think it looks really cute. Now, based on the pressure of my hand, the ink is skipping a little bit, but that's more user error than anything. And we're just following it like a wave pattern. And do we do one more layer? What do you guys think? It just really, can I find another ultrafine? Yes, and you know the ultrafine because they're the ones with the gray barrel. The ones with the solid barrel are typically the medium. I don't know if there's a thicker version. I only have the ultrafine and the medium. Okay. Yeah, I think this will be our last layer. We'll just incorporate everything like that. I think that looks sweet. Okay, so now the plan that I have is to do both my journaling as well as the doodle challenge here in this planner just to keep it in one place. I had participated in Tamika's 12-day challenge. She did that, did I write the date down? She did that in January, yay! So late January, she did a 12-day doodle challenge, and I got up to day 9, and then I started feeling horrible. So I didn't actually finish the 12-day challenge, total fail on my part. But I enjoyed it, and I also enjoy having it in one place. So even though I was flirting with putting it in here, I think it might just do double duty and put it in here. I'll do less journaling, more doodling, and I'll still get all the feels. Now, for right now, what I want to do is make the squares or do the doodles in little squares. Now, Christy has a post on her Instagram page where she did it in like a Leuchtturm book bound system, and she did it for the whole page. But I just want to do a little doodle with my journal. And I like the size of this square. So what I'm doing is just sort of tracing it so that the inside gives me a nice shaped box. And I'm kind of tempted, no, I'm gonna do it. Not kind of, I'm gonna do it. So for the journaling part, I can journal up and around here for day 1, so April 1st, and then I can journal up and around here for day 2, April 2nd, and I'll probably just continue along the lines of this where I do anywhere between 2 and, 4 doodle journals per page. Yep, and I actually, there's a little bit of ghosting, but it's not too bad. Now, if you can tell, these were done on just regular white pages, and you're like, yeah, Johanna. Well, no, what I typically like to do is do a color wash on my pages, and I'll link that video below. It starts around minute 20 because it was actually the end of a journaling video, but I like having the color on the back of it. But I'm thinking that with the doodling that I will be doing and probably coloring in there and still using colored pens and probably some washi, that'll bring enough color to me and I can just focus on the page as is. And then if in May I want to go back to color washing, I certainly can do that. So this was a happy mail to me from my friend Miss A, so thank you for this. And I'm just going to actually put this right back in here. I'll put it actually on this divider thingy, because it'll stick to the plastic, and I mean, it doesn't look cute, but it doesn't need to. And then once that stops being sticky, then I'll go back into this and then just take one of these, and that way I'm not wasting the product, and if I need to, I can write some notes. But I just wanted to go through this with you guys. I definitely recommend, if you can, go ahead and attempt the doodle challenge. Now, unlike the one that I showed you, which was this one right here, what I would do is I would get on my phone and I would look for a picture, and then I would just try to recreate the picture, with the exception of this one. This one was based on a little Funko Pop that my brother gave me for Christmas. So it was just looking at me and I thought, okay, let me try Hermione. But everything else was based on either looking at a picture online or looking at something like this, because this page is based on the LOL girls. Yeah, I know. I know. But I'm actually going to challenge myself for the April one. I was looking at the listing and it actually looks pretty simple. So for me, it isn't so much going to be just a challenge to doodle every day as well as journal every day, but also do it, I want to say freehand, but what I mean is I'm not going to look at anything. So I'm just going to basically attempt to draw based on a picture I have in my head. I'm assuming that's going to have hilarious results, but whatever, I'm down for it. All right, guys, so how are you guys doing in your own journaling? Is that doodling thing something that you might be interested in? Definitely let me know below. If you are interested, I would definitely go ahead and follow Miss Andrea on her Instagram page. I don't know that she requires that you let her know. I think it's really just for fun, and the pictures seem really doable. Don't be scared. I mean, really, it's just about having fun, seriously. And if you are looking for things to put in your planners, well, there you go. You just have a thing to put in your planner. All right, guys, that's it for me for now. Bucky says, as well as I do, have a wonderful day and aloha.